This video is brought to you by Exfoliate, and that is about Young Living oils for antiviral. And the Bible stuff, I think we're going to do a little bit about the utilities in the Bible. That should be fun. And some widows. Okay, antiviral, Young Living says it refers to a substance that is able to inhibit or stop the development, function, or replication of an infection-causing virus. A virus is a tiny microorganism that can only grow and replicate by living on a host cell. Viruses are responsible for causing numerous human infections and diseases. Okay, so the oils that Young Living recommends for antiviral, there's a lot because most of this stuff is naturally antiviral. Like, there's nothing living inside of that bottle of cinnamon, and nothing's gonna live in it. You know what I'm saying? So, Melissa, I think Melissa is the strongest oil we have. Strongest antiviral is called Melissa. It's oil high in limonene, which is a monoterpene like grapefruit, orange and tangerine. A Palo Santo, eucalyptus blue, and lemon are also effective antiviral. Other more expensive stuff is Helichrysum and Melaleuca, that's tea tree, I believe. Clove antiviral, that's pretty cheap. Thieves is a blend that has extra cinnamon, so cinnamon bark to help fight viral infections. Cinnamon bark, lemon, myrtle, manuka, peppermint, ravinstara, oregano, thyme, myrrh, internally and outernally, externally. Then we have, especially for HPV, a human virus, it's called blue cypress. And they say that one causes cancer. That's probably what we all have, some sort of a human virus. Bergamot, clary sage, cypress, Egyptian gold, that's probably a blend. Geranium, hyssop, tansy, juniper, pine, tarragon. Okay, it says viruses often hibernate along the spine, and we do a raindrop oil technique that viruses cannot live in the presence of cinnamon oil. It does say dilute it. Definitely do not get it in your eye. Cinnamon oil to your eyeball is a weapon. Like, it really is. A viral disease is any large number of diseases that are caused by a virus. The list of viral diseases includes chickenpox, AIDS, HIV, adenovirus, Epstein-Barr virus, hepatitis, herpes, measles, Ebola, meningitis, and others. Cinnamon bark is oil. Then we have some supplements, which are pills. We have Inner Defense and Immuno Pro. We have a Super C, vitamin C. If you're already infected, I guess Melaleuca, oregano, ravinstara, I don't know if I have to look it up, and thyme, THYME. Okay, so then for the utilities is the Bible. That's going to be cute, okay? Peter 3:20, 8 souls were saved by water. Genesis 21:25, Abraham reproved Amalek regarding the well water that was violently taken away. Genesis 26:20, the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen over the water. Well water was capped in Genesis 29:8. Drunk water for money, our wood was sold right back to us. Lamentations Lamentations 5:4, our water is being sold back to us. James 3:12, no fountain can yield both salt and fresh, bitter and sweet. Genesis 21:14, I giggle that because the beginning, Genesis beginning, and they threw, it's like he handed her a bottle of water. And it's like, it's so funny, you know? A river of the water of life, that's Revelation 22:1. Water of life freely, Revelation 22:17. Came by water and bread, 1 John 5:6. 3 that bear witness, the spirit, the water, and the blood. Timing's bad. 1 Timothy 5:23, drink no longer just water, but water, washing water. Perils of water, 2 Corinthians 11:26. 1 Corinthians 3, and I have 6.1. I planted and Apollos watered. I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. Luke 22:10, following a man bearing a pitcher of water. There was also water of separation in there somewhere. Okay, and then it says equal protections from U.S. law, Legal Information Institute, WEX, W-E-X. U.S. Constitution, the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause requires states to practice equal protection. Equal protection forces a state to govern impartially and not to draw distinctions between individuals solely on differences that are irrelevant to a legitimate government objective. There's a message from the Book of Mormon, Alma 43. Now, in this case, the Lamanites did fight exceedingly. Never had the Lamanites been known to fight with such an exceedingly great strength and courage, no, not even from the beginning. And they were inspired by the Zoramites and the Amalekites, who were their chief captains and leaders, by Zarahemnah, who was their chief captain and their chief leader, commander. Yeah, they did fight like dragons, and many of the Nephites were slain by their hands, for they did smite into many of the head plates and pierced many breastplates, and they did smite off many arms. And the Lamanites did smite in fierce anger. Nevertheless, the Nephites were inspired by a better cause, for they were not fighting for monarchy nor power. They were just fighting for their homes and their liberties, their wives, their children, and their rights of worship in church. Here's a message from the Civil Rights Act, probably 1968. Every person who, under the color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory subjects or causes to be subjected any citizen of the United States or other person within the jurisdiction thereof to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, immunities secured by the Constitution and laws shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit in equity, or other proper proceedings for redress. Some notable mentions here. I found 18 U.S. Code 1590, Trafficking Victims Protection Act. The Mann, M-A-N-N Act, 18 U.S. Code 2421, all the way through 2424. Matthew Shepard James Byrd Hate Crimes Prevention Act. That's probably 18 U.S. Code 249. Trafficking Victims Protection Act, 18 U.S. Code 1581, 1584, and 1589. Church Arson Prevention Act of 96 is 18 U.S. Code 247. Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances of 1994, acronym FACE, F-A-C-E, 1824 U.S. Code 248. have a Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Who made this? The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, is a milestone document in the history of human rights drafted by the representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. The declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on December 10th, 1948, as General Assembly Resolution 217A, and as a common standard of achievements for all peoples and nations. It sets out for the first time fundamental human rights to be universally protected, and it has been translated in over 500 languages. Maybe I will make a separate video to read you that whole thing, because it's got a lot of articles, so... Okay, so equal protections means if it's illegal for me, it's illegal for you. If it's legal for you, it's legal for me.